How's it going, Oban? This is Madi from Wisda Sports Media. Last time we spoke after your fight, uh, we talked a lot about just going for that championship belt again, becoming back-to-back champ. How does the feeling of having that opportunity right now change?
It didn't change. I mean, I feel great about that. I think it's the only goal I have right now. So I have a trouble is here to find motivation, but this kind of motivate me. It's really nice to be a champion, but it would be even nicer to be double champ.
Absolutely. And we saw last time out that highlight reel knockout with the flying knee. That was ridiculous.
Not that
Do you
flying, but
Yeah. Do you foresee another big finish in this upcoming fight?
yeah, for sure I would like to do that, but like I won't rush thing. I think if I rush thing, I just gonna make mistakes. So I'm not like trying to push it, but for sure it would be great.
You also did mention that you feel like you're coming towards a point where you want to focus a little bit more on other things in life, and you're not sure if you would be continuing after next season. Do you still feel the same way, or have you changed your mindset?
I don't know. I feel more than ever the same way. Um, that's gonna be my last season. That's for sure.
Awesome. And last one for me. Post-fight meal. I've been asking all the fighters, what are you planning?
There's two really good restaurants in New York, and they are owned by a good friend of mine. So maybe I'm gonna go at Le Roc or Frenchette. It's probably the best meal I got in New York City, actually. And the only thing I like about New York is the food, and so I went in a lot of places, and those two places are amazing.
Awesome. Thank you so much and see you on Wednesday. Best of
Thank you.
skill.
Corey, Corey, are you with us? All right, we'll come right back to you. Aldrich,
Olivier, my man, how you doing? And love the glasses.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You're back again, trying to get that second belt and also another $1 million, man. After a monumental season for you last year and everything you had to overcome, what is the mindset bit going on in this upcoming season? Is the same? Has things evolved? What has changed?
No, I think it's a little bit different. There was a lot of weight on my shoulder last season, because like the money could have changed my life, the belt could have changed my life, and this year it's a bonus. It's just to solidify everything, and so there is less pressure on me, and I actually do that for myself this season. I do it for my fans, but. Uh, like not for my how can I say that, like my family or everything else around that. You, money change thing, and the belt change thing too. So this time is just to solidify everything. So the feeling is a little bit different. It's maybe harder to get motivated, but it's still fun. I would say that I try more thing in the cage than last year, actually.
All right, and obviously, Pia, you're fighting again in Madison Square Garden, and you've talked about doing that. I've asked you that question last year, and you brought a championship. Your teammate has done that. What does it mean to PFL bringing an event or multiple events to Canada since they're expanding globally? And how would you like to play a part in that, whether it's fighting or just being an advocate?
I didn't hear all the question, but I think I know the question. So if I don't answer correctly, tell me. Um, but yeah, I would like to bring PFL in Montreal. That's for sure. And I think we have some problem with the commission. But that would be a really great way to finish my career to bring PFL in Montreal. with that being said, it's gonna be on PFL. I don't want to do next year the season, so I don't know if they're gonna be willing to come in Montreal anyway if I fight on the card. But we're gonna see with them, and we're gonna see what they offer. But for sure, it would be a great way to finish my career to fight in Montreal.
All right. And of course, you've been fighting for a long time, and you've very much made it aware that like, hey, pretty much I want to focus on other things. What would you say the mark that you left on the sport, Canadian MMA, and just in your life in general? Like, how has fighting shaped you to the man that you are, and going forward to the future?
Do you mean how I changed the MMA scene in Canada?
Yes, and but along as just like your whole entire fight career as a whole, like how has it evolved you, not just as a fighter, but as a person when it's all said and done?
Yeah. Well, I think one of the thing that changed is I showed that PFL existed. That you can have a career outside of the UFC. And that you can be different than GSP2. We don't need to be all the same athlete. I think everybody could be different and unique. So I think that's the two main point. The fact that you can have a career outside the UFC and that we don't really need to all be the same when we fight.
Thank you, and best of luck to you on Wednesday.
Thank you.
Corey.
Is Corey still gone?
Yep, Corey is still gone. Anyone else before we let Olivier go? Speak now.
I'll ask one more.
My man.
My man. One of the things, you talk about food, right? And you said that's the best thing about New York. I would say, what is, in your career, what of the top 5 cities have had the best food?
The top 5 cities. That's a good question. I think I won't say maybe a top 5, but I think the best moment I had after a fight, weirdly, it was in Las Vegas. My parents came to not to see me, but just to visit me after my fight, and they were in this recreational vehicle, and they passed the day with me after that, and it was one of the nicest, most beautiful day of my life, actually, of my career, to have that moment with them, and it was truly magical. Everything was perfect. We had a good meal. We had a great meal. We had a great day. So that was a really good memory from one of the city that I don't necessarily like. Las Vegas is a little bit too much for me. And again, I think another great after party was in New York City, even though I'm not a big fan of New York City. I think it was one of the greatest after party after fight last year when I won the tournament, and the fight before too. I went to so many restaurants and I had so much fun. So I would say, even though I wouldn't go there for vacation, those two experiences were one of the best in my life.
All right, I think we got Corey back. Corey?
Oh my God, no.
Olivier, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. How are you doing? It's Corey from Tunnel Vision Sports. You're on a huge win streak and you're undefeated in the PFL. With a win Wednesday and another trip to the finals, is it time to start mentioning you among some of the best in the world at lightweight?
I think so. Yeah, I consider myself as one of the best in lightweight. I think it's a really, really busy category, but I think I'm up there. I think that's gonna be the biggest thing I will regret. After I retired, is not to fight for one against one of the top 5 before I end my career.
Well, I think you versus any top 5 in the world would be a great fight, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Olivier. Appreciate your time today.
Thanks.
Let's get you over to live media.